Today's the day I'm supposed to be executed. I never confessed, but the evidence says I killed 12 people during my 3-year coma. My hair and custom jewelry showed up at crime scenes. The cameras caught my face, and I never understood what really happened. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day I woke up.
But that doesn't prove you didn't commit murder. Come with us for questioning.
I was in a coma for 3 years. Getting hold of my hair wouldn't have been difficult. And the necklace, Robert gave it to me. Why not ask him if he knows whose necklace is really in the evidence bag?
Robert's gaze on me flickered suddenly.
What do you mean by that?
Seeing the hospital hallway crowded with colleagues, he spoke, deeply distressed and full of remorse.
Mia, if you did it, admitting it voluntarily could reduce your sentence.
The moment he spoke, the colleagues by the door erupted. Captain Miller let them in. Before they even got their footing, they couldn't wait to start talking.
Officer, I suspect Dr. Wake Up a long time ago.
Yes. I heard that the moment she woke up, she accurately said it was May 18th.
Oh my god, that's insane. Maybe she's the killer, using the whole vegetative patient act as a cover.
Even my junior, Grace, agreed.
My teacher said, among all his students, my senior is the most meticulous. If she wanted, she could do it flawlessly.
I looked at these same coworkers who'd been here just days ago, thrilled that I'd woken up. I just couldn't understand. What had I done to upset them? And what was really going on behind all this?
You were in a coma for 3 years and woke knowing the date?
I couldn't tell him I was reincarnated, just nodded.
I had just woken up and heard someone in the hallway say it's 5:20 soon. I just wanted to confirm.
Miller looked suspiciously at me, clearly not believing such a coincidence.
No matter what you say now, it won't clear your suspicion. Come with us for questioning.
I looked up at the camera Owen had mounted on the curtain rod and gave it a small wave. People exchanged confused looks. I called Owen and told him to bring the footage. This was my way out. About 20 minutes later, Owen appeared at the doorway. Full of confidence, I pointed to the camera on the curtain rod and let everyone know I'd had my childhood friend Owen install surveillance in the hospital room.
See how accurate my nightmare was? Quickly, show the footage and clear my name.
Owen hesitated a moment, then, under police urging, opened his laptop. The footage showed that around 11 p.m. last night, I got out of bed and went to the bathroom. About 5 or 6 minutes later, I changed clothes. In the footage, David was wearing the custom necklace around his neck. He briskly left the room.
Anything else to say? Come with us.
I scanned the room full of predators and had nothing to say. I still had proof. In front of everyone, I pried a tiny camera out of the medical equipment by my bed. Then I opened my phone. The footage showed that during the same time window, I'd been asleep in the hospital bed the whole time. The video was clear and continuous. I shifted now and then, and my face was captured in perfect detail.
How is this possible?
Captain Miller frowned as well. After a brief hush, the room erupted into even louder debate. He ordered both surveillance videos to be examined. Then he turned to me and asked why I'd installed cameras in my own hospital room. 2 of them. That's when I explained.
While I was in a coma, I had a terrifyingly real dream. I dreamed I was framed and sent to prison. After waking, the fear grew, so I had Owen install a camera. As for why I installed 2, just in case.
Captain Miller looked at Owen, his frown deepening. A junior officer rushed over and whispered in his ear.
Damn it, both surveillance videos check out.
I watched the footage looping on Owen's laptop in the junior officer's hands, covering the last 2 days. Then something caught my eye. The power cord on the machine beside my bed.
We found Mia's exits over the past 3 years in hospital footage. The time she left perfectly matched each murder case. We can preliminarily conclude that she killed 12 people over 3 years.
When he said that, everyone gasped in shock. Killed 12 people? Everyone stepped back, eyes full of fear.
What's your name? Is this you?
In the footage, Mary and I struggled in the hospital hallway. She couldn't pull me, so she knelt, bowed, then clung to my legs to stop me.
That was me! I'm Mary. But I didn't know she was going to kill anyone. I thought she was sneaking off for an affair. This is all my fault. If I hadn't helped hide the fact that she'd already woken up, she wouldn't have killed so many people. Officer, I'm an accomplice. If I'd spoken up sooner, if I told you she was awake, so many people wouldn't be dead.
Miss Mia, do you have anything else to say?
Officer, I want to check Owen's footage again.
At this moment, my colleagues and the people at the door, seeing the clear evidence, started shouting at me.
The cruelest hearts killed so many and still pretended to be innocent. The evidence is right in her face, yet she struggles.
What? She can just watch if she wants?
Hey, what do you know? Who wouldn't like such a beautiful, delicate doctor?
I fast-forwarded through the footage, searching for the moment involving the machine's power source by the bed. Captain Miller stood quietly beside me, eyes locked on the screen. 7 or 8 minutes passed. The crowd's insults grew louder. Then I hit pause.
This isn't my hospital room. The machine in my room has a white power cord.
But in the footage, the machine's power cord was bright yellow. Captain Miller met my eyes, then spoke into his radio.
Search the entire inpatient ward. Find any room that matches Mia's. Same layout, same position, especially one where the machine by the bed has a yellow power cord.
About an hour later, a response came through the walkie.
After checking, Mia's upstairs room matches perfectly. The curtain rod position and traces of contact. The occupant is a vegetative patient, Marceline, chairwoman of Davis family group. Moved in 3 years ago.
What a coincidence. Check the Davis family members.
The moment the words left his mouth, the radio burst into chaos.
The suspect is fleeing!
Captain Miller looked at me, then demanded an update over the radio. After another wave of noise, someone finally replied, breathless.
Mia's trying to run. I've got her. She's caught.
Everyone stared at me, stunned. I was right there, lying in the hospital bed. So who was the Mia they were talking about? People glanced from the radio to me on the bed, completely baffled. Moments later, the captured Mia was brought into the room. The officers escorting her froze when they saw me. Their shock left them totally speechless.
What's going on?
The woman they brought in was named Marceline, the last remaining heir of the Davis family group. She looked almost exactly like me, yet something in her expression felt strangely familiar, like I'd seen it before.
Marceline, where were you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. today?
I was working late at the company.
Any witnesses?
I don't like interruptions at work, but you can check the cameras.
She said it so confidently that the room's tension spiked again.
She's the CEO, running the entire Davis family group. Why would she kill? Totally unnecessary.
CEO Marceline is ambitious and diligent. Her family is rich. She'd be fine even if she didn't work.
Why check cameras? Anyone with half a brain can see the culprit is Mia!
Mia, you could call it a stroke of luck. Your face looks almost exactly like CEO Marceline's.
Chief Miller wasn't swayed and sent a team to investigate. The investigating officers returned quickly, handing an evidence bag to Chief Miller. Inside the evidence bag was a ruby. He picked up the evidence bag with the necklace. Placing both bags together, the ruby fit perfectly into the empty spot on the necklace.
Marceline, you're now a murder suspect. Come with us for questioning.
What? You're convicting me just because this necklace says Mia?
How do you know the necklace says Mia? My finger was on the name. How did you see it?
Marceline's face went pale in an instant. She stared at Captain Miller for a long, piercing moment, then held out her wrists for the cuffs. The rest of us were told to head to the police station to help with the investigation. As we walked down the hallway, Owen's phone rang. I had no idea what was being said on the other end.
Where's the money?
Get lost! What money?
Owen, eyes red, tried to attack again, but was pinned down by the police. His face was squashed against the ground, distorted, and his words came out in broken gasps.
You promised to help me. You were supposed to pay my parents life-saving fees. The hospital said since it wasn't paid on time, my parents already...
Marceline brushed off her pants, looking down at Owen on the ground with contempt.
Parents? Just foster parents.
Mary's expression changed when she heard Owen, but she remained respectful.
Miss, my daughter is about to study abroad.
Got it. She's already with wealthy men, and she's thrilled every day.
Mary looked puzzled, but she continued.
She earns $5,000 per man, enough to cover several tuition fees in no time.
Miss, what are you saying? Don't joke with me.
Mary, when have I ever joked with you? Your daughter is loved by the elders and enjoys herself daily. You don't have to worry about her future anymore.
I'll kill you!
Marceline gave an evil smile, watching Mary pinned down by the police.
Blame yourself. You knew my parents were cruel to me, yet you kept showing off mother-daughter affection in front of me.
That smile, that vicious look, plus all the clues, I figured out Marceline's true identity. Marceline looked at me and blinked.
Mia, you're still so clever. No wonder those Davis vultures were so eager to adopt you back then.
Why would you want to hurt me?
Why? The Davis couple originally wanted to adopt you. Since you were sick, they took me instead. They never treated me like a human. Over the years, they used me as a pawn, trading my body and dignity for business deals. Why are your foster parents so good to you? And you have a boyfriend who loves you so much.
Speaking of boyfriend, she glanced at Robert.
Men are never faithful. Your so-called loyal boyfriend has already been in my bed.
Robert's skills and reputation in the hospital are excellent. He's even up for a promotion. When Marceline said this, people around started whispering.
What a wolf in human skin. Yet he went around acting like the perfect devoted boyfriend in front of us every single day.
For Dr. Mia to meet him, it's a calamity 8 lifetimes in the making.
Hearing the surrounding chatter, Robert glared at Marceline.
Stop spreading lies! You're just a stand-in. Mia's stand-in. I've only ever loved Mia.
Marceline sneered, too lazy to reply. The police escorted her toward the patrol car. At the roadside, Mary suddenly spoke.
Marceline, you've got no one to blame but yourself for how this turned out. You were the one who drugged the young heiress and set her up to be humiliated. She couldn't live with it and jumped to her death. So that's why the head of the family and his wife turned on you. You had it coming.
As soon as she finished, she suddenly burst with strength, broke free from the police, and charged at Marceline. She grabbed her and slammed into the oncoming truck. By the time the brakes screeched, the ground was a bloody mess. Both were smashed to pieces and died instantly. After investigation, it turns out that when I was sick back then, the Davis couple worried about my health and gave up adopting me. Later, Marceline went to the Davis couple, crying, asking for a home, so they adopted him. When Marceline was 16, he drugged the Davis couple's biological daughter Lillian, causing her to be humiliated. After Lillian woke up, unable to bear the humiliation, she jumped to her death. Marceline thought that, with Lillian gone, everything in the Davis family group would be hers. But she had seriously underestimated her parents' love for their daughter. The Davises spent 3 years investigating and finally uncovered the truth behind Lillian's death. From that moment, Marceline's reckoning began. The Davises sent her to all sorts of people, even partners she had no reason to please, just to vent their anger. The twist came when Marceline visited the hospital. From a distance, she saw me and thought she was seeing a ghost. I looked just like her. Once she confirmed who I was, she felt the world was even more unfair. After that, Marceline arranged her foster mother's accidental death. She also drugged her foster father, leaving him in a vegetative state. In the end, she used a hospital visit as a cover, trying to drug my water and turn me into a vegetable. But before she could act, I collapsed in the operating room, and they mistakenly diagnosed me as a vegetative patient. The moment she learned I had fallen, her revenge plan officially kicked off. Everything seemed perfectly executed, but she never expected fate to give me a second chance. Justice is relentless, and nothing escapes its net. In the end, she would pay for her twisted mindset and cruel actions.